Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, Hexenmeister here. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Sunday. Today was a good day. Just Sonny and I went for a run earlier today after he got back from kickboxing practice. So he's trying to get me to, I guess, get in shape. And he's not wrong. I need to do more physical exercise. So we went on a run. That was nice. Came home. I had to do some work in the greenhouse. We bought some pumpkins to carve. We were going to do that today. We got three big pumpkins, one for each of us. But the day just kind of got away from us. So we'll do that a different night this week. But I made homemade chicken pot pie today, like the homemade noodles that you roll out. And so we had that for dinner with buttermilk biscuits with butter and apple butter. And Bill baked a pie today, an apple pie. So he made the dough and cut up the apples and all that. The whole house smells like it right now because it just finished in the oven about 10 minutes ago. So we'll have some of that later on. Yeah, it was a good day. It was just like a good old-fashioned family dinner, Pennsylvania Dutch day. Um, Although I should have made some applesauce because I could have used like a little dish of applesauce with my chicken pot pie. I guess growing up here in Pennsylvania, we everything's better with apples. So um, yeah, I didn't have any though, but we had some apple butter, so that's close. And an apple pie coming up. But anyway, that was today. What I wanted to talk about is I was, of course, watching YouTube videos and watching a couple of videos where the person doing the instructing was talking about using uh, bits of people in her magic, and by that I mean like hair, fingernails, urine, semen, blood, something from the person that you're doing the magic either for or against. She was specifically talking about like love and lust magic. That's not the kind of stuff we do in powwowing. And in powwow, you're not going to find a whole lot of that kind of thing where you need like actual bits of the person. Now in the Hexenmeister work, so let me just first give some context. Powwowing is the healing tradition and some protection stuff, and Hexenmeister work is like hardcore protection and hex breaking and returning evil to its source, but also doing some things that some people might consider to be crossing an ethical line. So when you're a Hexenmeister, the ethical line is moved. um, and that's it. So we will do the magic that some people might be afraid to do, but only if it's needed to do so. We don't go around just like doing it just for something to do. So anyway, that being said, in Hexenmeister work, you might find the use of bits of people, and we've already covered what I mean by that: blood, urine, semen, hair, fingernails, whatever. Um, Sometimes even just having something owned by the person or worn by the person can be enough for you to establish sort of a general sense, like something that holds their scent. If they wear a certain kind of cologne, all the time. If you can get that cologne or perfume, um, anything to at least put them in your mind that you can visualize and like feel stronger that they're there. Um, and you can see there's a lot of room for good to be done because you're establishing like a magical connection to the person if you have something that was literally a part of their body. But you can also see how that same thing can be used for bad. And that's up to you and your personal ethics. That's a personal thing between you and whatever you believe. Like I have, and I want to show you, not that you'll be able to see it, but in this jar, I have two strands of hair. They're both from the same person, and this is my in case of emergency. Um, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So, while I don't have reserves of like body bits from everybody I know, I think if there is something somebody questionable, questionable in your life, and the opportunity arises to maybe tuck something away, like a couple strands of hair, just in case. Go for it. I know that it raises all kinds of like red flags amongst certain types of practitioners, but let me just say, hexenmeister work does not have that. So you might be in the horrors hearing that, or that I have a reserve of somebody, 2 strands of somebody's hair for emergency reasons only. But that's on you and your personal ethics. But again, in powwow, just general powwowing, and if I was just a powwower, I wouldn't be doing stuff like that. Nor do I encourage people to do that. That's really for the more practiced people who aren't afraid to cross some ethical lines if necessary. Like I said the other night, sometimes you have to punch a bully, and not everyone is capable of doing that, but some people now are. Anyway, but that's that. And I was actually looking if there's any folk magic about carving pumpkins. So if you know of any that you have a link to or something, you can put it in the commentary. If I assume it lets you put links, or just tell me where to go. But I'd just be interested if there's anything fun that like me and Bill and Josiah, Josiah can do when we're carving the pumpkins. Something sort of folksy and magical and fun, in the spirit of Halloween, nothing bad. But yeah, so this is it. This is the week of Halloween. The HR is doing this dumb thing at our office, like calling it Spirit Week, which that's nice that they're doing it, but it seems a little dumb to me. Like tomorrow is wear something of your favorite sports, which I have a Gryffindor Quidditch team shirt somewhere I might wear. Tuesday is I forget what Tuesday is. Wednesday is the Halloween, like wear your costume. So I'm going to wear my costume, and I might just be done at noon because I'm not going to want to have that makeup on my face all day. Thursday is Disney Day. Wear something Disney. That's dumb. Friday is dress of the decade you were born. I'm not doing that either. So it's like we have to have like 5 costumes. I can't remember what Tuesday is. Anyway, whatever it is, I'm not doing it. So I will take part in the actual like Halloween costume because I already have my costume, but I'm not doing the other stuff. But yay to those who do it. More fun. But that's it. That's all I had to say. I just wanted to talk about the use of like bodily things in hexenmeister work because that is kind of a thing. Whereas in general powwow / Brauerei work, that would not be a part of it because that's focused more on just like healing and offering some protection. And your folk tradition might have a totally different view on that. I can't think of anything more powerful than getting something that actually was attached to the person's body at one time, like hair or fingernails or whatever. Getting bodily fluids might be a little tricky. But anyway, there you go. So what are your thoughts on it? Leave them down below. Let's have a conversation about it. And that's it. The weekend's over already. Telemascus starts tonight on whatever channel we watch it on. Seems like it has poor reviews already, but whatever. I might stay up and watch it, or I might just watch it tomorrow or something. That's it. God bless you guys. Love you all. Have a great rest of your Sunday night, and we'll talk again really soon.